Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. There's a moment, sometimes quiet, sometimes unexpected, when you begin to realize that what you're carrying isn't just there because it stayed. It's there because you held on to it. Not consciously, not in a way where you decided, I'm going to keep this, but in the way a hand tightens around something when it's afraid to lose it. Because as strange as it sounds, we don't just hold on to pain because we can't let it go. Sometimes we hold on to it because it feels like we should. Because letting it go feels like something else would be lost along with it. Something important. Something that mattered. There are wounds that come with a kind of silent agreement attached to them. If I let this go, then what happened doesn't matter as much. If I soften this, then maybe I'm saying it was okay. If I release this, then maybe I'm losing the truth of what I went through. And so we hold it, not just as pain, but as proof. Proof that something real happened. Proof that it had weight, and proof that it left a mark. And in that way, the pain becomes more than a feeling. It becomes a kind of witness, a way of saying, this mattered. And it did. Whatever it was, however it happened, however deeply it cut, it mattered. And nothing about letting go changes that truth. But when pain becomes the only witness, we begin to carry it differently. Not just as something that we experienced, but as something we feel responsible to protect. And that's where it gets complicated. Because now, letting go doesn't feel like relief. It feels like betrayal. Not of the person who hurt us, but of ourselves, of the version of us that lived through it, the part that endured it, the part that didn't get what it needed in that moment. So we hold on to it, almost like we're standing guard, making sure it isn't dismissed, making sure it isn't forgotten, making sure it isn't minimized. And there's something deeply human in that, something protective, something honest, because no one wants their pain to be erased. No one wants to feel like what they went through can just be brushed aside. So the grip stays, sometimes tight, sometimes subtle, but there. And over time, something else quietly forms around it. Identity. Not in a loud way, but in the small ways we describe ourselves, the stories we tell, the expectations we carry into new moments. This is why I'm careful. This is why I don't trust easily. This is why I keep my distance. And none of those things, guys, are wrong. They're understandable. They make sense. But they also begin to shape the way we move. Long after the original moment has passed. And maybe there's a quiet question underneath all of this, one that doesn't come with pressure, just curiosity. What are you holding on to? And why? Not to judge it and not to challenge it, just to see it clearly. Because when something stays unnamed, it stays unquestioned. And when it stays unquestioned, it keeps its place without ever being seen in the light. And maybe there's something worth noticing here. Not something to change, just something to gently consider. If the pain you're holding has been protecting something, what is it protecting? A truth? A memory? A part of you that needed to be seen? And if that's the case, then maybe what you're holding on to isn't just the pain. Maybe it's the meaning attached to it. And that meaning matters. It deserves to be seen. It deserves to be acknowledged without being taken away. Because this isn't about letting go. Not yet. This is about understanding why the grip is there in the first place. Because when you understand the grip, something begins to soften. Not release, not change, just a quiet shift from holding without knowing why to holding with awareness. It's what we talk about all the time, awareness. And something that's where everything begins. That's where everything begins. If this stirred something in you guys, you're not alone. And if you feel like continuing this quiet exploration, there's more waiting for you. You can find Infinite Threads on Substack or wherever you listen to podcasts. Just come as you are. That's always enough. I love you guys very, very, very much. You know what I need. I need you to go out there and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye-bye.